The home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Today, we're going to talk a little something about Oklahoma and why their recruiting tactics are just making me a big fan of Oklahoma in general. People's like, you're an Alabama fan, you keep doing these Oklahoma podcasts, but there's just such a unique vibe about Oklahoma football. Now, I don't know if the ChampU BBQ thing is a thing that's been going on for quite some time, or if it's something that Brent Venables brought along. You guys and gals can tell me in the comments section. But all I know is it's been considered a smashing success this summer. And we're going to talk about that. But I want to get to my random thought of the day about the submarine that has disappeared, ironically, has sunk right where the Titanic is, that they were trying to do a little tour of with their billion-dollar patrons. Something just don't sit right about this. I mean, how can you be so rich and be so stupid at the same time? The Outlaw Posse, for example, we're common Joes and Sallies, I know, but even we would know better than go down in a submarine that's controlled, I think, remotely by a PlayStation controller. And then on top of that, there were so many random spastic comments that just big red flags, like the people that were controlling it, the company that was in charge of, the guy that was the head man said, and I quote, "No need to apply to 50-year-old men, white men," microcosm it down, which is a racist statement, by the way. And then it sinks. I'm like, gee, I bet y'all wish y'all had those 50-year-old naval veterans right now when you're about to run out of oxygen. I hate to wish that on anybody, but it just makes you think a little bit. For all those billions of dollars, it didn't keep them from experiencing helplessness. Because when death comes calling, it doesn't matter how much money you make. But how? I just don't understand. How could they be so stupid? And it's just like all these, these liberals out here. It's the worms turning on y'all, man. Y'all do stupid shit like that. Y'all go and say that you shouldn't apply if you're a 50-year-old white man. Y'all make racist comments and bigoted comments all the time and think it's okay just because back in the day, some racist white people wronged your ancestors. It don't make it right. You never heard the old saying, two wrongs don't make a right, but guess what? The worm's turning. And it's turning very quickly. And y'all going to find that out. But let's get back to the good stuff. Let's talk about that Oklahoma ChampU BBQ. Let's get to the show. ChampU BBQ, Oklahoma style. ChampU BBQ. It just has a nice little ring to it, uniqueness about it, a familiar type atmosphere. And you wonder why. Y'all wonder why. There's an Alabama fan. Why I'm in here taking up for those Oklahoma Sooners. This is something that y'all can all learn from. Even those USC skittle shitters. Before we get to all that, here comes Outlaw Posse. Once again, right on in. Once again, Outlaw Posse is now in effect. That's right. And if you want to be a part of the Outlaw Posse and get your badge like 19 lucky other ones, and get deputized on the spot, all you got to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe button. Not but $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. Now, getting right to it here, seems like that Oklahoma ChampU BBQ has really hit the spot. Seems like it's a very unique event unto itself. Now, I'm not sure how long it's been going on. Like I said in the lead up, if you guys and gals can inform me and educate me, because that's where we get our knowledge from, is the common Joes and Sallies in the know, even more so than the media talking heads. Y'all probably know how long ChampU BBQ's been going on. But whoever invented it, whenever it came along, it's very unique, and it's instilling a lot of family type atmosphere, and that's what you need in college football in order to succeed. This ain't the NFL where everybody's looking out for themselves mostly. You need that connection, especially in college sports, and it seems like Oklahoma is cultivating that very greatly by some of the stuff that's been going on this summer. First of all, the thing that hit me was the headline I seen the other day about Kevin Sperry, who's, I think, in the 2025 class. He's a quarterback. He actually moved to Oklahoma, I think the Midwest City, not sure the name of the high school, moved to Midwest City, Oklahoma, just to be closer. You don't hear much of that going on. Isaiah Autry is who I'd like to spotlight in this. Isaiah Autry is an offensive lineman. He's a 4-star. Got a little notes here, the old school style. 4-star player from Mississippi, is a cousin of legacy Marcus Dupree. Now, Marcus Dupree, back in the day, we all know, without a few mishaps and slip-ups here or there, Marcus Dupree could have probably been one of the best college football players of all time, and even the NFL. Anyway, Isaiah Autry is a cousin of legacy Marcus Dupree. Isaiah, it says, showing up is thought to be helping in recruiting of Caden Massey, an offensive lineman from Linden, Kansas. See, Isaiah didn't have to come to this ChampU BBQ. He came on his own admission. He came because he wanted to. He's not even playing for Oklahoma yet, and yet the kid's already out there. I don't know if you can call him a kid or not. He's really an adult male. I sort of hate it when I slip up and say that, because I get on everybody else for saying it. Because once you're 18 years old and you can vote for the President of the United States and serve in a war and kill somebody, you're not a kid. When you call them a kid, it just enables them to do stupid shit. But the guys there recruiting other players for Oklahoma, players that are almost at the same position, offensive linemen. And that's the kind of stuff that you want. Yeah, of course, you're going to have a mediocre season at the start, especially when you're trying to cut the fat and cut out the ones that have been taught to be lackadaisical, the ones that Lincoln Riley didn't lure in the transfer portal because he didn't give a shit about them, because that's the way Lincoln Riley is. Lincoln Riley is about Lincoln Riley. Belongs in the NFL probably, but in my opinion, he may not make it to the NFL, because after Caleb, or as I like to call him, Mary Caleb Williams, after he gets through painting his fingernails and goes off to the NFL, yeah, I think we're going to find out exactly the true story that is Lincoln Riley. But it says the 2024 class started off sluggish, but by the sign of Isaiah Autry, it has had a great infusion in the recruiting rankings for Oklahoma. And by adding some of these players, especially, they've actually gotten some players at this barbecue that maybe didn't commit now, but now will commit later. It just shows the dedication and the sincerity of wanting to cultivate a bond. And like Isaiah Autry said in the article numerous times, it seems sincere that they want you to actually be well prepared after college to do something outside of football, because we all know that the chances of making it in the NFL and making it longer than 3 years are very, very slim. And for Brent Venables, who doesn't have to be that way, he could just be all about getting these players to play to their peak and helping Oklahoma football and helping his career. He takes the time to make sure that these options are available for these players, and they see it. And that's why I said, all you people out there that's clamoring and wetting your little panties and having an orgasm on yourself because you think Oklahoma's struggling because they had a 6 and 7 season, you're going to find that real quick. Just like all those Alabama haters did when they were making fun of Nick Saban for going 7 and 6 in Alabama's first year. You're going to find out really fast that sometimes quick success doesn't mean long-term success. a.k.a. Old Linky Boy, Old Tebow, T-B-O-W, bitch out west. Also, they addressed the Oklahoma quarterback situation somewhat in this article. Says the OU quarterback situation is in much better shape than it was last year, and that is true. Dylan Gabriel is more seasoned. That's the obvious statement. And now you have a 5-star quarterback coming in, Jackson Arnold, that's being ballyhooed as the next Bryce Young, except I think he's a little bigger and a little faster. So it reminds me, ironically enough, about my team with Mac Jones. Everybody thought Tua Tagovailoa left, as well as Jalen Hurts, who went on to Oklahoma, that Bryce Young would just come in there and take the job from Mac Jones. But it didn't happen. Mac Jones finished his career as the starting quarterback at Alabama, probably one of the most prolific quarterbacks of all time at Alabama. And Bryce Young sat on the bench, got his feet wet, learned at a normal pace, and came in the next following year, won the Heisman Trophy. That's what Jackson Arnold is doing exactly the same way under Dylan Gabriel. So for all you people out there that are so impatient and want to see Dylan Gabriel benched in favor of Jackson Arnold, let the boy learn. Let him sit back and let it be an easy transition, because it will pay dividends, I promise you, greatly. It may not end up being a national championship, but to get your team in the conversation, in the top 10, contending for national championships, and exactly where Oklahoma University needs to be. Because when the traditional powerhouses are good, it's good for college football. Even though some of them I don't really care for too much, like Notre Dame and USC. Autry said, back to Isaiah Autry, in this article, Isaiah Autry says, also spoke with current Sooner Jacob Sexton and Nate Anderson, as well as NFL's center for the Kansas City Chiefs, Creed Humphrey. See, that's the domino thing that just keeps happening. And it's just a sense of family, a sense of, this thing's connected. You're having some turmoil, but you can feel the passion to overcome and put Oklahoma back where they are. Not only do you have players that have already graduated, that are coming back and talking to these players, you have players that are currently on the team talking to these players. You have players like Isaiah Autry, who already committed to Oklahoma, talking to other players. For all the Oklahoma haters out there, don't look good for you. I promise you. And like I said, I'm not Nostradamus, and it hasn't happened yet, but I think it's going to happen. And so y'all better get ready for it. But anyway, that's all I got for today. There's a little heart down here. If you don't mind, hit that. Throw a few dollars in the coffee for a heart thanks button. Also, as I said earlier, if you don't mind, join the Outlaw Posse. Get us up to that top 20 so I can start throwing out those random 4 horsemen shout outs. I'm going to do like 4 horsemen every week. Then I'm going to think of some more perks because y'all deserve that. And like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.